Hello again, third video this morning. Well, that's if any of the other two are any good. I might not even get one video out of it. I've switched over to the big lens now to go over some of the bird photography settings that I use. I've been asked in a couple of my videos what camera, what lens, what settings. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a video just to show what I do and what settings I use. But before I go any further, I just want to point out I'm far from an expert on bird photography, or even I wouldn't even say expert. I'm just learning really. I do prefer landscape photography, but being where I am in Birmingham, I have to travel quite a bit, and I've kind of done all the alright-ish places around by me. So now to do landscape photography, I've got to go like to the Peak District and that, which is it's about 2 hours away, and it's not too bad, but it's not something like I really want to do every weekend. So I bought myself a big lens. I bought myself the Sony 200 to 600mm, just so I could have something else to kind of take photos of. I'll first just touch over the lens and what I think of it. I think it's a brilliant lens for in good light, but it's only a 5.6. I think is it 5.6? Yeah, 5.6. So it's not actually amazing in low light. Apart from that, I'm pleased with it. I do really like it, and I would recommend it. It's a bit pricey. Well, as far as telephoto lenses go, it's quite cheap, but I think it's 1,500 and something. I think 1,599 I think I paid. So that's the lens. Can't really tell you much about it. I mean, it's heavy and big, hence why I bought the new bag, so it fits in, and it fits in with my bag with the camera attached. What else can I say about it? Not really a lot to say. So my camera settings, what do I use? Now the tracking on the A7 IV I think is really good. It's a lot better than my A6 400, and it does keep lock on really well when it's tracking birds. The eye focus is really good, but I have found sometimes it's hit and miss, but with good light it's really good, and I am impressed with it. I wouldn't expect any more, to be honest. I wouldn't expect it to be 100% every time, but for what I've done and where I've shot, it's done a real good job, so I'm not going to moan about it. So with regards to what camera settings do I use, I normally, for birds in flight, I use the tracking function with the small focus point, and I normally position that on the bird, hit the focus button, and it just locks on and follows, and it's done a good job. I keep my aperture at automatic, so it normally shoots at 6.3 with the lighting conditions, unless they're really good. And I also keep my ISO at auto, but I've set the maximum setting for 3200 ISO, because I think anything above that just gets too grainy, and it's just not worth it. It is possible to shoot at a higher ISO than that. I have shot at 5200 when I've really wanted a specific bird and I've had to get the shot, and using denoise through Photoshop and Lightroom, you can clear it, but it's obviously not going to be as crystal clear as using something a lot less. I keep my shutter speed for the faster birds around 2500, and sometimes I drop it to 2000 if it's for something not flapping as much, if you know what I mean. Something like a duck or whatever, because you can kind of get away with a slower shutter speed. And that's really all I can say about my camera settings. I'm gonna have a walk back the long way. God, my arm's aching. I'm gonna have a walk back the long way and see if I can get any shots of some birds. If I do get any, I'll leave the camera settings next to the photos that I took, so you can kind of see the settings I used. There's some swans over there. I'll take a few settings of the swans. I won't put them into tracking mode. What I will use for them is I'll use spot metering, which will kind of just meter the light on the bird rather than taking a general overall shot. I'll see what I can get over there. But just before I go any further, while I'm walking over to there, I'll just say, with regards to my bird photography, as I said, I'm still learning. And I go out with another guy, Roger Hunt, I nearly call him Richard. Roger Hunt. He lives in my village and he's really good, and he always gives me some really good tips when we go out. But we haven't actually been out for a while. We will do quite soon. But I'll leave you his link to his Instagram. He's far superior and has a higher knowledge of birds than I do. And he has, his photos are just amazing. And I just go out and try and get what I can get. I get lucky sometimes I don't. So let's go and see what I can do with these swans. Oh yeah, another setting I forgot. I do use the bird eye focus, and I use high continuous shooting, high plus, and autofocus continuous. Well, I waited for about half hour and them swans didn't do nothing. It's funny, I just had two people walk past me telling me about some birds up here and asking me what a bird was. And as I said before, I know nothing about birds, nothing at all. I really struggle to identify any of them. And they were asking me, they think I've got a big camera lens, I know what I'm doing. And I don't. And especially when it comes to birds, I get people telling me I've seen this bird and seen that bird, and I haven't got a clue what they're going on about. But I'm learning. I've learnt a few over the last 6-7 months. And they told me there's one up here with a yellow eye. So yeah. Let's go and look for the bird with the yellow eye. Sometimes I get really lucky over here, other times I get nothing. Some days I can come out and absolutely get loads of shots, other days I just struggle to get one. I think today's quite quiet, but I've got a bit of a walk back yet, so still got about another half hour's walk. I've just seen a blue flash of a kingfisher, flew past me really fast. I tried to get some shots, but they're all out of focus. Gutted. I've only ever seen one kingfisher in my life and I had the wrong lens on my camera. I've been searching ever since to try and find another one, and I just keep missing them. But I know they're down here, but like I said, that's the first time I've seen one actually down here. And I missed it. Oh well. As I said earlier, some days I get lucky down here, other days it's terrible. And today's terrible. I did actually just see a kestrel as well, but he was too far away, even with my big lens on. I did wait for him to kind of fly off, but he didn't, so I gave up on him. And when I turned and got another quick look, he was flying towards me and then flew away, so I missed him as well. So yeah, today I'm not doing too good, but it's normally a little bit better up that way. The fingers crossed I'm going to get a couple of shots. Well, he came back and I got him. I didn't get him in flight, but I got him on the tree. That's still a win for me. it's one of them days when it's terrible. There's just nothing here today. I'll give it time. I've been waiting. It's just nothing. It's a bit gloomy as well, so it's not really the ideal kind of conditions. I'd only kind of get silhouettes. So I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm almost back to where I'll start heading home. I don't think it's been any use to this video, but I'll give you my settings. I took a couple of photos earlier in the week when I didn't do a video. I'll drop them just so you got something to look at, and anything that I get today. So thanks for watching. I will try and do this video again a little bit better when the lighting's a little bit better and have a more productive day. But until then, thanks for watching. I'm starving. I've got to go home and have something to eat.